soothing story time. Bootoolgah the crane and Goonur the kangaroo rat, the fire makers. In the days when Bootoolgah the crane married Goonur the kangaroo rat, there was no fire in their country. They had to eat their food raw or just dry it in the sun. One day, when Bootoolgah was rubbing two pieces of wood together, he saw a faint spark sent forth, and then a slight smoke. "Look," he said to Goonur, "see what comes when I rub these pieces of wood together. Smoke. Would it not be good if we could make fire for ourselves with which to cook our food, so as not to have to wait for the sun to dry it?" Goonur looked, and seeing the smoke, she said, "Great indeed would be the day when we could make fire. Split your stick, Bootoolgah, and place in the open bark and grass that even one spark may kindle a light." And hearing wisdom in her words, even as she said, Bootoolgah did, and lo, after much rubbing, from the opening came a small flame, for as Goonur had said it would, the spark lit the grass, the bark smouldered and smoked, and so Bootoolgah the crane and Goonur the kangaroo rat discovered the art of fire making. "This we will keep secret," they said, "from all the tribes. When we make a fire to cook our fish, we will go into Binga-Wingle scrub. Then we will make a fire and cook our food in secret. We will hide our fire sticks in the open-mouthed seeds of the Binga-Wingles. One fire stick we will carry always hidden in our combi." Bootoolgah and Goonur cooked the next fish they caught, and found it very good. When they went back to the camp, they took some of their cooked fish with them. The tribe noticed it looked quite different from the usual sun-dried fish, so they asked, "What did you do to that fish?" "Let it lie in the sun," they said. "Not so," said the others, but that the fish was sun-dried, Bootoolgah and Goonur persisted. Day by day passed, and after catching their fish, these two always disappeared, returning with their food looking quite different from that of the others. At last, being unable to extract any information from them, it was determined by the tribe to watch them. Bootoolgah the night owl and Quorian the parrot were appointed to follow the two when they disappeared, to watch where they went and find out what they did. Accordingly, after the next fish were caught, when Bootoolgah and Goonur gathered up their share and started for the bush, Bootoolgah and Corian followed on their tracks. They saw them disappear into a bingo-wingle scrub, where they lost sight of them. Seeing a high tree on the edge of the scrub, they climbed up it, and from there they saw all that was to be seen. They saw Bootoolgah and Goonur throw down their load of fish, open their combi, and take from it a stick, which stick, when they had blown upon it, they laid in the midst of a heap of leaves and twigs, and at once from this heap they saw a flame leap, which flame the fire makers fed with bigger sticks. Then, as the flame died down, they saw the two place their fish in the ashes that remained from the burned sticks. Then back to the camp of their tribes went Bootoolgah and Corian, back with the news of their discovery. Great was the talk among the tribe, and many the queries as to how to get possession of the kumbi with the fire stick in it, which next Bootoolgah and Goonur came into the camp. It was at length decided to hold a corroboree, and it was to be one on a scale not often seen, probably never before seen by the young of the tribes. The greybeards proposed to so astonish Bootoolgah and Goonur as to make them forget to guard their precious combi. As soon as they were intent on the corroboree and off guard, someone was to seize the combi, steal the fire stick, and start fires for the good of all. Most of them had tasted the cooked fish brought into the camp by the fire makers, and having found it good, hungered for it. Bootoolgah the hawk was told to feign sickness, to tie up his head and lie down near where the two sat to watch the corroboree. Lying near them, he was to watch them all the time, and when they were laughing and unthinking of anything but the spectacle before them, he was to steal the combi. Having arranged their plan of action, they all prepared for a big corroboree. They sent word to all the surrounding tribes, asking them to attend. Especially they begged the Bootoolgahs to come, as they were celebrated for the wonderful dancing, which was so wonderful as to be most likely to absorb the attention of the fire makers. All the tribes agreed to come, and soon all were engaged in great preparations, each determined to outdo the other in the quaintness and brightness of their paintings for the corroboree. Each tribe as they arrived gained great applause, Never before had the young people seen so much diversity in colouring and design. Belir, the black cockatoo tribe, came with bright splashes of orange red on their black skins. The pelicans came as a contrast, almost pure white, only a touch here and there of their black skin showing where the white paint had rubbed off. The black divers came in their black skins, but these polished to shine like satin. Then came the milliers, the beauties of the kangaroo rat family, who had their home on the Borealis. After then came the buckandeer, or native cat tribe, painted in dull colours, but in all sorts of patterns. Meras, or paddymelons, came too, in haste to take part in the great corroboree. After them, walking slowly, came the Bootoolgahs, looking tall and dignified as they held up their red heads, painted so in contrast to their French grey bodies, which they deemed too dull a colour, unbrightened for such a gay occasion. Amongst the many tribes there, too numerous to mention, were the rose and grey painted galabs, the green and crimson painted billet. Most brilliant were they with their bodies grass green and their sides bright crimson, so afterwards gaining them the name of crimson wings. The bright little gidgarigas came too. Great was the gathering that Bootoolgah the crane and Goonur the kangaroo rat found assembled as they hurried onto the scene. Bootoolgah had warned Goonur that they must only be spectators and take no active part in the corroboree, as they had to guard their kumbi. Obedient to his advice, Goonur seated herself beside him and slung the kombi over her arm. Bootoolgah warned her to be careful and not forget she had it. But as the corroboree went on, so absorbed did she become that she forgot the kombi, which slipped from her arm. Happily, Bootoolgah saw it do so, replaced it, and bade her take heed. So balking Beergar, who had been about to seize it, for his vigilance was unceasing, and deeming him sick almost unto death, the two whom Lai was watching took no heed of him. Back he crouched, moaning as he turned, but keeping ever an eye on Goonur, and soon was he rewarded. Now came the turn of the Bootoolgahs to dance, and every eye but that of the watchful one was fixed on them, as slowly they came before, and again, each time getting faster and faster in their movements, changing their bows into pirouettes, craning their long necks and making such antics as they went through the figures of their dance, and replacing their dignity with such grotesqueness as to make them large audience shake with laughter, they themselves keeping throughout all their grotesque measures a solemn air which only seemed to heighten the effect of their antics. And now came the chance of Bootoolgah the hawk. In the excitement of the moment, Goonur forgot the combi, as did Bootoolgah. They joined in the mirthful applause of the crowd, and Goonur threw herself back helpless with laughter. As she did so, the combi slipped from her arm. Then up jumped the sick man from behind her, seized the combi with his combo, cut it open, snatched forth the fire stick, set fire to the heap of grass ready near where he had lain, and all before the two realized their loss. When they discovered the precious combi was gone, up jumped Bootoolgah and Goonur. After Bootoolgah ran Bootoolgah, but Bootoolgah had a start and was fleeter of foot, so distanced his pursuer quickly. As he ran, he fired the grass with the stick he still had. Bootoolgah, finding he could not catch Bootoolgah, and seeing fires everywhere, retired from the pursuit, feeling it was useless now to try and guard their secret, for it had now become the common property of all the tribes there assembled. The end.